Hello everyone, welcome back to some bridge. Since I'm out of those two videos, thought it might be, I don't know, nice to do something different while all the magic and crossword stuff continues. But don't usually have crossword videos for the weekend, so here's a bridge video instead. This is the Just Declare Daylong for Friday. So it's just 8 boards, no auction, just play the cards. Yeah, 8. So should be pretty quick. But we need to inspect the auction as usual to understand what it says about our opponent's hands. I suppose the first thing to do is just look at our two hands. How are we doing in 4 diamonds? Well, we have 2 aces for sure. Ideally, we would take a bunch of trump tricks, but they've found the trump lead. So we can't just set off some huge cross ruff probably. It's looking more like we will need to set up either clubs or spades. Clubs are easier to set up because we have more of them. In that it could be done in just a couple of ruffs instead of definitely needing 3. And we might be able to manage a heart trick with heart to the king. We'll see. South overcalled 1 no trump and East bid hearts. Okay. So dummy has 7. I have 14 is 21. Leaves 19 for the opponents, of which West has at least 15. So East has at most an ace. Probably not the ace of hearts, because I suspect if lacking the ace of hearts, West probably would have led a heart. West probably has the king and queen of spades. I'm not sure, but probably. East probably has a club card, because holding king and queen and jack of clubs, West might choose that lead. I mean, leading trump is a good default choice in this kind of auction, so can't infer too much from the choice of lead, but those are all things that seem sort of likely. So I think we're just going to win this and duck a club so that we can play ace and ruff later. Get out of here. Without having to use up an entry. Maybe West does have king, queen, jack. Found the ace of hearts over there as predicted. It's match points, so winning that heart trick when we weren't guaranteed it is a big victory. Club to the ace could go wrong if East was dealt a singleton, but I suspect West would have continued clubs if he had 5, hoping to give his partner a ruff. So we're just going to play a club to the ace here. Oh. Okay, well, I guess I'll just take the high cross ruff. I still make my 10 tricks. As long as this doesn't get over ruffed, which it won't. The jack is gone of trump, so all of my trumps are high. This is a guaranteed high cross ruff. Nobody can over ruff. Do I think this has scored well or badly? I mean, we got a heart trick we didn't deserve. And I don't know. I mean, the club ruff, ace and then duck would have been better. But then we wouldn't have gotten the heart trick, right? So I think, 75 says I did pretty well. I think it seems fair enough. I don't know. Opponent's silent. Dummy has 11, I have 15. 7 of clubs. That's probably from 7 deuce or something. Right? It seems rather unlikely to be from like King 8-7. I mean, it could be King 9-8-7 or something. It's possible. It seems pretty much like, I mean, diamonds are our main source of extra tricks. We'll need to get lucky to set those up. God, am I really going to make 3? No, that seems hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 4 diamonds would do it. But if I lose the lead and haven't made my contract already, I'm going to get hammered in spades. So I can only really lose the lead once. I'll put up this jack. Oh. Right. I guess I did say this was probably 7 deuce, didn't I? The thing is, what if it's 7 singleton? Then I need to run the 4. Actually, I don't have enough entries for that, do I? Well, we're clearly winning the ace here, but... Right, if East has 9-8 deuce, you can run the 4, cover 10, run the 5, cover queen, and then the 6 beats the 2. But I don't think it's that likely West just decided to lead a stiff club. So if my guess would be that the clubs are just coming in, but we'll see. I'm going to play on diamonds as I predicted. Jack is a very welcome sight. 9 is even better. Okay, I'll pitch a spade. There might be some major suit squeeze in the end. Should I test the clubs? I don't think I have to yet. Why reveal to them? If the suit is 4-1, maybe one of them will feel pressured to pitch. Well, the one with 4 specifically, I guess. Okay, nobody did that. There's the deuce. Yeah, okay, 7 deuce. So cash the ace of spades. Wait, actually, that's just bad? No, it's fine. Because cashing the ace of spades excuse me, takes away my stopper, so I don't have... So it's kind of dangerous to take the heart finesse. I cashed it because it's right for the squeeze. Squeeze seems unlikely to work. And so you might say, oh, keep your stopper so you can finesse. But the finesse actually isn't safe because you don't have a way to get back to the ace of hearts if it fails. Okay. Well, was that the squeeze actually working? No, West just got scared and... Oh, West didn't even have enough... Okay, the Queen of Hearts was always falling. Well, I was a little nervous about taking 9 tricks. Somehow I wound up with 12 because the diamonds came in and the clubs came in and the hearts came in. Like, everything was free. Everyone should be doing similarly well here, right? No? Okay. 1 spade, 4 spades. Don't really like the 4 spade call. 1 spade seems good, though. We have 3 losers in the minors, so we need the rest. I mean, rough a couple hearts seems fine. If spades are 3-2, if spades are 3-0, rather, we could have a little trouble. If they're 2-1, we can't really help but make it. I guess they could get a Trump promotion somehow, maybe? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think there's any way to avoid losing the 2 clubs, is there? No. So I'll just draw one more round of Trump and cross rough, basically. Losing 2 clubs. I guess you could lead a low heart to the jack and see if that holds. then you might... Then with 3 heart winners, no, 4 heart winners, you could pitch enough clubs, but obviously they're not going to tuck with a low heart to the jack on board. The 4 heart call, atrocious. There's just no excuse for this. Like, what if we have a slam? I don't know. Well, this is kind of funny. What if we just play low here? West might have the king, in which case, great, we found a pitch for one of our clubs and don't have to rely on the ace being on side. But if West doesn't have the king, East could win the king, but East can't really lead a club. And if they lead anything else, we actually cash 2 spades, pitching both clubs from hand. So if it goes low to the king, East actually has to lay down the ace to make sure they get a single club trick. And that's a pretty tough play to make. Plus, I think the king's probably over here anyway. Nope. Oh, West has the ace. Okay, I mean, sure. It turns out ace of spades and then club to the king would have been better, but I think this was a line more likely to succeed, even though it didn't actually. No roughs, please. Thanks. So this is probably a little below average. The field is not likely to take a finesse there. But I do think it's the right play. Come on, show me. What's the field up to? Yeah. We're in 4-no trump. I do approve of this 2-heart bid. It's maybe a tiny bit light, but it's just a good bid. Partner bid 2 spades, which apparently shows controls. Okay, I agree. It shouldn't show length after 2 hearts. I didn't know how Gibb would play it, but okay. Controls or a stopper or something. 2-no, 4-no, sure. Well, this should be a cakewalk to make 11 tricks. And we might get 12 if we're lucky. I'm just going to take the heart finesse because it gains a trick if it's on the finesse versus the drop. The finesse gains a trick if East has queen third. If East has queen singleton or doubleton, it doesn't matter. If East has queen fourth, it also doesn't matter. We're still losing 1 trick to it. Playing for the drop gains a trick whenever West has singleton ace, singleton queen, or doubleton queen. And there's just it's much more likely East has queen third than that he has like 4 or 5 small. You could do the math. I mean, why not? Suit combinations are an interesting topic. We want to compute how many layouts playing the ace succeeds on and how many finessing succeeds on. Or more specifically, the delta between those two. The holdings of interest I described already. West has queen singleton or queen X, and West has 3 small. So how many ways are there for West to have queen singleton? 1. That's the hand they could be dealt, the singleton queen. How many queen doubletons are there? Well, the opponents have 6 cards, so 5 of them are not the queen. So West has to have the queen and any one of those 5 cards. So there are 5 ways West can have queen X. That's 6 total holdings, stiff queen or 5 queen smalls. How many ways could East have queen third, i.e. West having 3 small? Well, 5 choose 2 is the number you're looking for, right? There are 5 spot cards, and East has any two of them. 5 choose 2 is 5 times 4 over 2. Right, there's 5 spots the first card could be, and 4 spots the second card could be, but you cut it in half because their order doesn't matter. So there's 10 ways for East to have Queen third. Almost twice as good. Almost twice as likely as West having singleton or doubleton Queen. There's some mnemonics to like help you, rule of thumb here, like the Queen is more likely to be in a long hand than a short hand because the long hand has more hearts. That's a quick rule of thumb, but it's not so hard to just calculate. If you're not sure about whether the rule of thumb applies here, it's not that hard to just calculate it. So anyway, load the Jack. Losing the Queen, oh well. Make sure this suit's coming in. It is, so we'll just attack the spades now. And claim. And it was Queen third. No, decision did not matter. If the defense had led a diamond, they would have had a much better shot. So, I mean, this should be 100% flat. Everybody did exactly the same thing, and we get 50%. How could anything else happen? 57. Apparently, some people don't know how to play at all. 1 diamond, a heart. Raise. We reversed into 2 spades all by ourselves, and partner bid 3 diamonds. Okay, I guess. I mean, that's 2 spades is pretty brave. It's a good hand, but not that good, I don't think, with partner not cooperating at all. Fortunately, he has a great hand in context. Looks like we're losing a club, a heart, a spade, and a diamond, making 3. How could things go wrong? Well, club rough, maybe? Club trump promotion in clubs? $24 high card points between our hands. West has, let's say, 10 and East has 6 about. So, I mean, East has the king of clubs and maybe another king. Kind of looks like it might be the king of diamonds, actually. But, I mean, East could have 7 and West could have 9. I don't love overcalling with 9, but Gibb doesn't mind it. And that would give East, like, the king of clubs and an ace. There's just, I'm thinking, the only real, like, well, I guess there's a couple things you could think about here. You could duck trick one, or you could win it. Ducking, try to cut off their communication for, like, a re-entry to the East hand for a club trump promotion. The problem with that is if East has an ace, they can just cross using that. And if West has a singleton club, it will be very embarrassing. You duck this, they cross to East, and then they rough out your ace. So you probably shouldn't do that. You could win and play a spade to the queen. Well, actually, I guess a heart to the jack would be better. It's not an actual entry, but it forces out an ace, and then you have an entry, and you can use that entry to take the trump finesse. Problem is that gives them an opportunity to attack clubs, right? And get West the trump promotion that they're looking for. So I think on the whole, it's probably best to just win the ace and play ace and then a diamond. Could easily be wrong about this. Well, looks like I am. Ouch. The good news is, though, we can rough this high. Oh, no, they're not going to take the rough. Okay. No rough, surely. Yeah. All right, draw the last trump and claim. Yeah, I mean, East had no entry, so they couldn't get a rough. If we had ducked the first club and then tried to cross the dummy in a major, we could have taken another trick there. Pretty dangerous, and I suspect most of the field won't do it, so it should be close to average, but a little below, because maybe somebody tried it. Yeah, sounds about right. We're in 3-no trump after 1-3. Pretty simple auction. Defense leads a club. Well, we better not play that queen, huh? Gonna need it to get to all those diamonds. Seems pretty straightforward. Happy to have the 10 of hearts so that they can't possibly run a million of them on me. Obviously the king is more important, but king 4th is vulnerable enough. King 10 4th is quite safe. Guess I better follow suit. I'm trying to figure out what to pitch. So this we cover, right? Yeah, it makes it impossible for them to take 3 heart tricks. Because West will win this, and he'll have to lead a heart, and then my 10 will be set up as a stopper on the 3rd round. If I duck, it could go jack, duck, 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 load the queen, ace, and they could take 3 hearts. So the king is the play here. And then that'll pretty much end the play, where dummy is looking juicy here. Told you the 10 of hearts was important. 2 diamonds, pass, 2 hearts. Yeah, I mean, I guess you pass 2 hearts. It feels bad with queen 4th, but it's not much of a hand, I suppose. Just a little above average, okay. How are we for tricks? Well, we have 5 hearts, a club and a spade at least. We may get more of each of those. Probably more clubs, but I mean, maybe some roughs are coming? This is very good news. The 8 is out of the way, and so is the jack, and they're not taking a rough. So, very happy with that. Rough out this diamond just for good measure. Might make it so opponents have to lead a spade at some point. In fact, low spade to the queen is probably just going to do it, right? Oh, what am I doing? I was supposed to win the last one in hand. For just the reason I said, low spade to the queen is what I want to do. Actually, just leading the queen should be fine, right? It's just as good. I don't know, I guess it doesn't even matter. We have to take the finesse anyway. Alright. Embarrassing. Got that wrong. I don't know if there's really anything I could do, though. Like, I don't think there was. Well... Okay, if I could see all the cards, I would do better in spades, but it's not a very good line. The way to tackle the spade suit, double dummy, is a backwards finesse. The jack of spades is in the wrong place, right? You'd like to lead low, low, 10, trapping East's jack. And if you just lead the 10, then West can cover it. And, like, now your 8's not a winner, right? And imagine if this 8 were, like, the 3. Then we'd really have no chance. If we led the 10, jack, queen, ace. I have king 3 opposite, like, the 6. No deal. But with the 8, the card 2 below the 10, you have the opportunity of what's called a backwards finesse, where you first lead the 10 and it gets covered and you, like, still haven't gained a trick. But now your king 8 are sitting over the 9 and you can finesse on the way back. Unless you know, I mean, it's just... Backwards finesses are usually wrong because they only work a quarter of the time. You need West to have the jack and East to have 9. So 2 50% chances. Whereas low to the 10 works anytime East has the jack, half the time. So unless you have strong evidence about the position of one of the two cards, you should basically never take a backwards finesse. Well, okay, I mean, you could take a backwards finesse for some other reason, like you care who wins the trick or something. But if you want to maximize your chances of like winning an extra trick in the suit, you usually shouldn't take a backwards finesse unless you have strong evidence about it being likely to work, or the normal finesse being likely to fail, more like. So here, it would not be the right play, although it would work. And nothing else really does work. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. Anybody do better? 29? What? That's kind of a surprise. I wonder what everybody's doing to score better. No, okay. A mediocre result. But most of the scores seem pretty fair. You know, I was predicting what they would be, and they were about that. You know, this was bad. I forget why already. Oh, I took a line the field wasn't going to take, but I do think it was better. Anyway, that's all for today's little installment of Bridge. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.